Marchers pushing for stricter rent control, now calling for a ballot measure to make rent more affordable across the state.
But some are warning rent control would do the opposite and send builders of new apartments packing. CBS 13's Kelly Ryan is at the Capitol tonight with a look at both sides of this debate.
The marchers are calling for action and at one point shut down a street to get their message across. Control! Holding signs and chanting, hundreds of marchers hit the Capitol today calling for tighter rent control measures across the state. At one point, the marchers entered the Senator Hotel, where the California Association of Realtors offices are located. The marchers are calling for a repeal of the Costa-Hawkins Rental Housing Act, enacted in 1995, placing a limit on rent control policies. It exempts rent control on single-family homes and condos, as well as any building constructed after 1995. For many marchers, this was personal.
I started off living in San Diego, Chula Vista, and then slowly but surely was pushed out of my neighborhood.
This single mother with 3 boys says she's been forced to move to Tijuana.
It's impossible to make ends meet when you have one income. You're having to choose between food or a roof over their head, and that shouldn't be.
Herb Cross of the California Apartment Association says the housing crisis needs to be addressed, but stricter rent control will only put the brakes on any new development.
Anyone who's looking to build new housing looks at an area where there's rent control, and our anecdotal evidence tells us that they walk, they leave.
He and other opponents also point out that rent control gives no incentive for owners to fix up their units and hasn't shown to be successful.
Where they have rent control, what you find is the rents are higher there than anywhere in the country practically. And why is that? Well, there are some units that are under rent control are more affordable, but those units that are not tend to be higher in price than they would have been without rent control.
That was Kelly Ryan reporting. Opponents also argue that no city that has tried rent control has ever succeeded. The solution, they say, is having state and local agencies give vouchers for housing. Meantime, backers are confident they can get enough signatures to put the tighter rent control restrictions on the ballot.